In this video, I'm going to help you understand your TDEE or your total daily energy expenditure. This is what burns calories throughout the day. So, what is TDEE? So, total daily energy expenditure is the amount of calories that your body will burn throughout the day. So, this is all made up of four key components, and it will probably surprise you on which ones actually burn the most calories. So, why is this important to know your total daily energy expenditure? So, your total daily energy expenditure will tell us how many calories you should be eating to either lose weight or gain weight. Or if you simply just want to eat at your maintenance calories and, get a better, healthier lifestyle. So, for example, your total daily energy expenditure, let's say, is 3,000. That means that you burn 3,000 calories throughout the day. Then, to maintain your weight, you should only consume 3,000 calories per day because you burn 3,000 calories per day. That will keep you at a streamline, staying at the exact same weight. But to be in a deficit or lose weight and lose some fat, simply just remove 500 calories, right? So eat less than you burn in a day. So if you burn 3,000 calories per day and you only eat 2,500, then you are going to lose weight because those extra calories are, that's stored fat. So that is going to take away from that stored fat. And to be in a surplus or build muscle, you need to eat maybe like 2 to 500 calories more than you burn a day, right? So if you only burn 3,000, then if you eat 3,200 calories per day, you are going to put on some weight, which most likely will be muscle if done correctly. So, now let's talk about the four parts of your total daily energy expenditure. Number one is your BMR or your basal metabolic rate, making up 70 to 65% of your total daily energy expenditure. So this is simply the calories that your body burns at rest, right? Literally doing nothing, right? Like just simple actions throughout the day that you don't even think of, like breathing, circulation, sleep, watching Netflix, right? And now we got NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which makes up 15% of your total daily energy expenditure, which some examples for this is walking, fidgeting, doing chores, even if you're just tapping your foot watching this video, right? Like me moving my hands like this is all a part of NEAT. This is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which makes up 15%, which can overall lead to hundreds or maybe even thousands of extra calories burned throughout the day. Next up is thermic effect of food, or TEF. This makes up about 10% of your total daily energy expenditure. So every single time that you eat, your body has to burn energy to be able to actually digest and absorb and process those micronutrients that you are getting from the food, right? So that will make up 10% of your total daily energy expenditure. And last on the list, with only 5% of how many calories you burn throughout the day, is exercise activity thermogenesis. So this is where people think burn the most calories, right? This is where I see a lot of people go to the gym and only the gym and have a bad diet. Like they go to the gym, they train hard, they're sweating like crazy. And then they're wondering, why am I not losing weight? Because it only makes up 5%. So if these other three parts are not locked in, you are not going to be able to out train a bad diet and a bad rest of the total daily energy expenditure. So this is things like weightlifting, running, sports, etc., right? And you should not neglect this either. And I will go over exactly why you should not neglect this either here in a minute. So, first, let's talk about BMR, or your basal metabolic rate, that makes up 60 to 70% of your total daily energy expenditure. So, what exactly is BMR? So, this is the total calories that your body burns doing nothing. Again, things like sleep, breathing, body circulation, watching Netflix. You can literally be doing anything just chilling, and you will still burn calories through BMR. So BMR again makes up 65 to 70% of your total daily energy expenditure. So some factors of this that actually affect it is age. So the younger you are, usually the higher BMR you will have. So again, like throughout your whole childhood, if you're between the ages of 18 to 25, that is when your BMR will be at its peak. Next up is muscle mass. This is why exercise and lifting is so important. Muscle mass will increase your BMR a ton. So the more lean muscle you carry on your body, the more calories that your body will burn at rest, because carrying muscle is more demand on your body, which overall increase your BMR, right? Next up is sex. So men typically do burn more, just simply due because we have more muscle mass on our body. We do not have as much fat on our body, right? So the more fat you have, the less calories that you will burn throughout the day. Next up is genetics. So some people are more metabolically efficient, and that's fine because it doesn't make up like a crazy amount, right? Like nobody burns like 1,000 more calories just because they're more metabolically efficient. No, it's a very slight difference. So blaming, oh, he only has a good metabolism, right? He has good genes. As that might be true, he might burn a little bit more than you. It is not a crazy difference, so don't be using that as an excuse. Next up is some key insights. So, since your BMR makes up most of your total daily energy expenditure, one thing that is best for long term and to be able to increase your metabolism naturally and burn more calories naturally is simply building muscle, right? If you build and keep muscle on your body long term, this is the single best way to be able to increase your metabolism and burn more calories on a day-to-day basis. That is why weightlifting is so important. Now let's talk about NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So what exactly is NEAT? So this is the total calories that you burn throughout the day doing things like walking to the just walking, right? Walking to your car, pacing on your phone, going grocery shopping, cleaning, getting your 10K steps in, even fidgeting. Again, me moving my hands like this. This is NEAT. This is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, right? So this makes up 15% of the total calories that you burn throughout the day. So now here are some factors that can affect NEAT. So people can differ a lot by NEAT, right? So they can differ from hundreds or maybe even thousands of calories per day. NEAT is depending on your lifestyle, right? So let's say someone at a desk job, they will have a very low NEAT just because they're sitting down all day, right? Compared to someone who's on their feet all day, like a construction worker, right? They are going to burn a whole bunch of different calories because a construction worker is constantly moving. They're on their feet. They're going to be burning calories. As if you're at a desk job and you're sitting in a chair all day, you can see how they would burn more calories, right? And this is why getting 10,000 steps per day is so effective for fat loss, because this is literally structured NEAT, right? This can burn thousands of calories more per day and help lose fat 10 times faster. So some key insights for this is fat loss plateaus often happen because people naturally move less as they're in a deficit, right? So their bodies subconsciously reduce their need to conserve energy. So when you're in a calorie deficit, your body will naturally move less, right? And that's just a natural thing. And that's okay. And that's when fat loss plateaus happen. And that's where you either decrease the calories more or increase your steps more, right? So that's why getting kind of 10,000 steps per day always will put you in that good range to burn probably like an extra 1,000 to maybe 1,500 calories per day. So again, 10,000 steps is crucial for fat loss. Now let's talk about TEF, or the thermic effect of food, which makes up 10% of your total daily energy expenditure. So what is TEF? This is the total calories that your body burns while digesting your food. So let's break down what macros burn the most calories, right? So we have protein, carbs, and fats. Those are the three macronutrients. So protein comes in at number one, burning the most calories per consuming. So this makes up 20 to 30% of the calories burned just off of digesting it, right? So protein, this will give you the most bang for your buck because one, it helps you build and maintain your lean muscle mass, which will increase your BMR, which will increase your total daily energy expenditure. That is why getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is so crucial. Next up is number two. We have carbs. This burns about 5 to 10% because carbs are simply just stored in your muscles as glycogen, which is just energy and reserve for maybe when you work out or you do something physically demanding. That is what carbs do. So again, it's not a burden on our body. So our carbs second on the list. Number three is fats, which gives you the least amount of bang for your buck with 0 to 3% burn, right? Because fats These will give you 9 calories per 1 gram of fat, as carbs and protein will give you 4 calories per 1 gram, right? So fats are the most calorically dense, plus they will take a lot longer to digest, right? Which makes our body not have to focus on it so much, so we do not burn as many calories. So fats are third on the list. And why does the thermic effect of food matter? So again, a high protein diet boosts your metabolism naturally since your body works harder to break it down. So it also will keep you fuller longer and help you control your appetite. That's why protein is so important and why I preach get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Because again, protein will burn the most calories, it'll help you build and maintain your lean muscle mass while keeping you full and satiated, right? So some key insights of thermic effect of food is it won't burn thousands of extra calories, right? If you just go and you watch this video, you're like, oh, I'm just going to eat 300 grams of protein and I'm going to burn a whole bunch of calories and I'm going to be skinny. Doesn't work like that, right? It doesn't burn thousands of extra calories, but it does add up over time. And protein gives you the best in return by helping you maintain and build more lean muscle mass, which will ultimately help increase your BMR, which will increase your total daily energy expenditure. And now I want to talk about E, or exercise activity thermogenesis, which only accounts for 5% of the calories that you burn each and every single day. So, what is E? This is the amount of calories that you burn while being physically active. So, this can be things like structured workouts, right? Things like lifting, running, cycling, sports, and etc., right? So, here's a quick reality check. So, most workouts don't burn as much as people think. So an hour of hardcore lifting and hardcore strength training can burn maybe 2 to 300 calories, right? And cardio sessions may even burn from 3 to 600 calories. But if you eat a big meal or maybe even a tablespoon of peanut butter, it will erase all of the calories that you just burned. So here's one solution. Don't stress over the calories that you burn working out, right? Instead, use it as a tool to boost the other parts of your total daily energy expenditure, like BMR, right? So again, use it as a tool to build muscle, not to burn more calories, right? Because then you're just going to be disappointed. So why is this important anyway, right? So since it's only 5%, why would it be important? So while it is the smallest slice of your total daily energy expenditure, workouts will build muscle, improve heart health, and they will help create structure in your routine, right? So resistance training helps BMR and building muscle, which pays off 24/7. So again, as if you remember from our BMR slide, muscle mass is the single most effective way to be able to burn the most calories sustainably for long term and boost your metabolism. So, again, use this as a tool to support your BMR. Don't use it as a tool to burn calories, right? So, this will also help you look good and build the shape you want so you don't end up looking skinny fat, right? And some key insights for this is why you can't outtrain a bad diet, right? This is why I always say you cannot outtrain a bad diet because training helps with fat loss, yes, but you have to look at the full total daily energy expenditure, right? So if you are simply just going to the gym, right? This is where I see most burnout is if you simply just go to the gym, you push hard, you're in there for an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, right? You're in there for so long and you feel like you just went so hard, but then you come back and right? You're like, okay, well, I just went to the gym. I probably burnt thousands of calories. I'm gonna go get a Big Mac, right? You ate a Big Mac. That is probably all of the calories that you just burned, plus maybe like 200, right? So again, you cannot outtrain a bad diet. So you have to look at the full picture. And now, what I want to talk about is the final takeaways. So, why understanding your total daily energy expenditure actually matters. So, number one, awareness equals control. So if you're aware of things, you will be in more control. So most people only think fat loss comes from working out more, but exercise, again, is only 5% of your total daily energy expenditure, right? And once you understand your TDEE, you will stop guessing and actually start making smart decisions for your fat loss process or your muscle building process, whatever journey you are on. And all four parts work together, right? Number one is BMR. So this is your foundation, right? This is building and maintaining your muscle and keeping it high, which will naturally boost your metabolism, right? Number two is NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is the hidden calorie burner, right? So walking more can be the difference between a fat loss plateau and actually losing weight, right? Next up is TEF, or the thermic effect of food. So food choices matter, right? Protein literally makes your body burn more calories just to digest it, right? Plus it helps you maintain and build more muscle mass. Next up is eat, right? Or exercise activity thermogenesis. So again, training keeps you strong, healthy, supports long-term metabolism, right? So you can see how all of these tie in, right? The thermic effect of food ties into your BMR. The NEAT is a hidden calorie burner, which also ties into BMR. And your exercise activity thermogenesis also ties into your BMR, building muscle, right? Being able to have a healthier lifestyle overall, a healthier heart, you are going to burn more calories. So you can see that all of these do fall into line and they do all connect. And here's why you cannot neglect any of them, right? So if you only focus on exercise, then you ignore the other 95% of the total calories that you'll burn throughout the day, right? And if you only focus on dieting, then you risk a slow metabolism by losing muscle and reducing your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, right? And if you only focus on steps or NEAT, then you'll lack muscle to sustain fat loss long term. So balance is key, right? Training, nutrition, daily activity all play their role in total daily energy expenditure. So I really hope that this training helped and it helped you get a better grasp on how many calories you burn throughout the day, what actually burns your calories, and it actually gave you a better perspective of what's actually going on inside of your body, why you're doing what you're doing. So again, don't neglect any of these parts, and I hope this helped. Peace.